a lot of like, again, like with the amount of times I've heard, oh, like a guy came up to me in a club and was like trying to hold my hand and not letting me go and all of these things. There's many times I've heard girls like, oh, you might get some girl, even in like from lowest like school ages all the way to like everyday life in the office or whatever, someone might have a cheeky grab a little, whatever it is. But it's gonna make you like, even if you don't say it out loud, you might feel the same way it would be. Just that I'm sitting there thinking, what if it was a guy? Again, with this whole primitive like example, would you feel more offended? Would you feel like a way about it if it was a guy? But what if it was a girl that had intentions you had no idea? What about that?
Yeah,
like,
I've had that experience with a girl, and it did not feel comfortable at all.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So example, where you've had that that sort of scenario go on, if it was a male in the same situation, would you put the two on the same emotion level, or would you feel more emotional the fact that it was a guy that would have done it to you?
I would have felt more emotional that it was a guy. I would switch with the girl as well, but not as much with the guy.
But this is the
Yeah,
thing.
It's true.
But this is
Because
what
a man
genuinely
generally has more power, so you
Yes.
feel more vulnerable if it was a guy.
Cool.
Yeah.
So let's say that this is a guy that is of average height, whatever, yeah? And let's say that you've got some them Amazon looking women, them big ass 6'5",
Oh my god.
big ass, big boned woman, fully in motion, like. And there's a guy that's of like maybe like my frame. Fam, I'm losing that battle, I'm not gonna lie. Guaranteed. Do you know what I'm saying? So is it in our minds that we've put instantly, like if it's a male, then it must be a standard male that is of this like sort of character that is able to do this. Oh, like a man must be able to overpower a woman in order to rape or whatever. Okay, cool. So what about the man not getting raped then? What about big ass women or women that are drugging them and having rape and sex with them without their consent? Like, how about that?
The only problem is men don't really come out and say.
And do you know why that? Because just not to throw you under the bus, I'm not gonna throw you under the bus, innit? But I'm gonna make a point off of what she said, innit? This primitive caveman image that has been portrayed on men, that men are sexual beings and all this bullshit that comes with it. I can give you 101 examples right now. Let's go. If a guy, let's just deep end shit, if you were in the room with a guy and this guy, like you're sleeping together, not sleeping together, you're in the same room, in the same bed sleeping, and this guy goes down on you, you're gonna think, what the fuck? Like, back the fuck up off me and chill. Yeah? If it was the other way around and the girl was giving head to a guy and this story came out the same way, guess who's being mugged off? The guy. Do you know why? Because you're being a little bitch.
It's fact, it's fact.
But who told you that I wanted head from you? Who said I wanted that? But I don't have that, I can't say that because I'm a little bitch. Like, every guy wants pussy. So is it mine you don't want, or are you just a little bitch? Like, which one is it? But who said I wanted it? But we don't get these things. Oh, like a guy has to be able to rape this woman, whatever. Alright, cool. So again, what if you've got this big ass Goliath woman that's sitting on some skinny nigga? Like, then what? How is he meant to overpower this woman? What, because he's a man? Okay. He might have been banging her in her jaw. She might have just been laughing, riding dick. Then what?
So it's the issue that men are just seeing.
It's because, don't get me wrong, like,
stereotypically,
we've not helped them. No, I'm not gonna say, like, men in general ain't helped themselves, in it, do you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to topics like this, of course, like, they're gonna point a finger at you and say, oh, well, you lots of sexual beings, it's in your nature to do this, it's in your nature to do that.
Don't get me wrong, I know most of us are speaking from our own experiences and defending women to a certain extent. However, I do feel that some women have to take accountability for their own actions, because some women are out there purposely being provocative, purposely wearing revealing clothes.
That's my thing, like, for me personally,
so they have to take accountability, because then they're out there portraying a certain type of female, so then men will be like, oh, well, there are females out there that like to be sexual, so maybe she will too. You can never.
You see, when we did our episode on, oh fuck, I forgot what the episode was about, but it was along these lines, innit, of like rape. It was on a rape topic, Alright, cool. This is the thing though, innit, like, whereas they've, oh shit, what was the point you just made?
About women being overtly sexual.
Thank you. That's the, sorry. With that, that's the issue that the man them had in it. That the man them were like, oh, because girls are dressed in a certain way, like, can you blame us? But that means you're borderline saying that, well, you're asking to be raped.
There's there's
you're
that.
wrong.
You know what I'm saying? But that's
that.
what I'm
But
saying.
then my
Again,
other
with the
point is
individual
there's
thing.
some women that do purposely dress that way because they want the attention. Some
Yes.
genuinely.
But
But
that,
how do
that,
you know you don't like?
that's
No,
That's my point.
that does
There'll be
not
two
apply.
girls there'll be two girls dressed exactly the same way. Okay, for example, mini skirt, crop top, high heels. Two girls dressed exactly the same way. One might be like, I just like to dress this way and I'm gonna have a good time with my girls. The other one will be like, I am getting dick tonight.
Yeah.
And she's out there, she's acting a certain way. And a group of guys will come in, see these two girls, and because one is acting a certain way, the other one must be exactly the same.
You see, but
Wrong. That's
that is
the
some-
issue. That's
that
the
is
blurred
some-
lines.
that's some
Yeah,
young
but
boy
then
shit.
from there we can't blame the guys as well.
No, of course. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Everyone has to
because-
take accountability.
But that's what I'm saying. You see, when it comes down to it, yeah, everyone's gonna come to some bottom line. Did she say yes? You feel me? If she didn't give consent, then that is that.
Yeah.
Like rape is even during, fam.
Yeah.
Even during
You
sex.
don't even have to say, you know.
Bro, if she says, do you know what? You kind of need to stop. You need to put up.
But let's talk about, like, say we're talking about harassment in the club. Like, I need to know, because I see bare man.
I have a question for the females actually.
Some like it, some don't. But no offense to you, you say nothing, you didn't do
No,
nothing.
no, no,
about
that's
it.
it. I have a question for the females.
Fam, you'd be surprised, cause
Have you ever, like for me, this is gonna sound strange, but for me it's almost become normal. It's normal.
Oh yeah, sometimes.
So I don't even react anymore. If I'm in a club and I'm walking by and I feel this, half of the time I don't even turn around anymore. I'm just like, oh, for God's sake, there we go again. It's normal. Has it ever felt like that for you, or is it still an issue? I'm not saying it's okay, but it's got to the point now where I'm almost sick of reacting. I can't turn around and hit everyone. I can't turn around and kick off at everyone.
Yeah.
I haven't had anyone, like, I haven't been to a club like probably the last 5 years and had someone like rape me or anything. When I was a lot younger, they probably would, because they see that you're younger, and and they can see you get away with it, and I would always turn around and be like, you know, who does that? But no, it's more like going like on transport now, which is worse because it's very crowded.
Yes, it has clubs. I don't feel that.
No.
I don't, because it just happened once to me, and
Plus I'm
that was
tall
it.
and I can defend myself. Like, people see that, but people get intimidated, so they don't want to.
But then, when you lot do go to clubs and it does happen, I'll never, like, what is the reason why you lot just don't do anything about that?
Usually
Why
alcohol
do
is
they get away
involved.
with it?
Usually alcohol is involved.
Yeah.
And the minute you turn around and react,
It's like, oh,
a guy will instantly get in your face. Oh, you think you're too nice anyway. Raw.
Yeah.
Excuse me. You put your hand on me. You had no reason to.
But it's not.
I'd rather just like get out of the
Yeah, so you just keep it moving. The easiest thing is to just keep it moving, which is why I don't bother turning around, I don't bother reacting anymore. I just keep it moving. The minute you I have a temper. I hold my hands up. I can kick off. And there's been times where I have got into altercations because of it.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to just keep him. And
So then, if it's on public transport, why again do you no one say anything?
that is so.
Do you know, because you know, I feel like the difference, 'cause I'm just sitting there thinking about this, yeah, I would say like in certain environments, again, I'm not saying that it's justifiable, I'm really not.
Yeah.
But I'm saying in a club where obviously there's music, there's alcohol involved, there's different dynamics which are involved to like the person that's in the library 24/7 could have like a little voice in their system, and today they are turning up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that isn't them on a regular thing.
Exactly.
So you know, like, but I'm saying I'm not justifying their actions for it. Again, like if you know that's not you or like the friends you're around, surely they should be able to keep a hand on the situation if you're in it.
Yeah.
But again, like in that environment, like where people are dancing, again, it is very touchy-feely. Dance moves from back in the day where people were swinging and clicking fingers, like nobody's doing that shit right now.
Yeah.
So certain dances, especially like regarding like some genres, require you to do certain things. And again, I feel like
and you do it if you want to.
Yeah, I feel like that's the part on. Again, I keep basing it on the individuals in it because like. I don't know, like not to throw bashment under the bus here, but like, do you know what I'm saying? Like bashment, you're gonna have to touch and do a lot of madness, innit? But I feel like it's the woman is doing the dance, the guy's doing the dance. I feel like it's more so on the guy's part to respect
the women.
I've
when
had it
dancing.
sometimes though, in those situations if I've like, I don't know, dancing and stuff, fine. Like the minute I'm like,
Trying to
some
walk
kind of
up.
like guard or be like, no, okay, this is enough. If they respect that, fine. But I've had people who will then like
there's
carry
people
on,
that
and then that's the
blatantly
line, that's the
ignore
house.
it,
Like
and
I've given
That's
the
the
sign
issue,
no.
like jumps.
Because they feel like nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I
But
was
this is
touching
what
on
I'm
this the other
saying.
day. There's a program called Liar. I don't know if you guys have been watching
Yeah.
it.
I haven't.
And the girl in it is raped, and it's like defending your story. It's trying to make people believe you, and that is the same thing. Realistically, if I'm on a tube and someone gropes me, there's hundreds of people.
That's
I
the
then
thing.
get out to the station and go, some guy on the tube, what is the likelihood
Because you
really
see the
of someone?
What was we talking about?
Yeah, it's like it's making someone believe you. So if I go out to the
Oh, yeah,
station and go to someone, oh, he's just something like, what is the likelihood really of anything?
But this is my point though. Because you guys don't say anything, men, not men, but the people that are into that kind of stuff think it's okay.
But that's the thing though, again with the point that our dear friend here was making.
Yeah.
So I don't even know, you didn't even introduce no one's name.
Pause.
I'm just gonna throw
You are.
Alright, so we have
under the
I'm
bus.
Emma.
To be
Emma.
fair, everyone else
Nice
watching
to meet
knows
you.
who you guys are. It's just
Melanie.
me and Omar. Get lost. He knows who I am. We're not doing this today.
I don't know who she is. For
Carry on.
That's mad.
Sharif.
Nice to meet you, man.
Safe.
Cheers.
Jerica, nice to
Lovely.
meet you.
Got to.
Ah, see
Right.
now.
Are we happy with
Hey.
Nice to meet you.
Alright, cool.
Everybody knows who I am.
Why are you entertaining?
Nah, like in the club again. Like, I'm not saying I'm justifying it there, but those are the dynamics in the club there. However, someone like public transport or in the office or something, yo, my dude, like you're taking the piss. You know you can't do shit like that, and I feel like it's when it's in a crowded environment is what makes it even worse because I feel like it's a conscious decision you're actually making to do what you're doing because you know you're gonna get away with it. It's like, if everyone's packed up in a corner somewhere, like, fam. Like, come on, man. You know you're gonna have to like back it up a little bit or try turn or something.
Yeah.
But again, like, but pause in it. But it's happened to me. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say, I
That's
wanted
raw, like.
I wanted to
Yo.
ask from a male perspective.
Nah,
Have you
man.
had a female be too?
Well, like, unfortunately for me, I get it from both sides, innit? And I'm straight for the record. But I'm just saying, like, I could be in. I've had it on a train where, like, again, everyone's packed in that, and like. My girl's on the other side somewhere, like she's seen me, I've seen her, oh, so okay, cool, like you're pretty in it, nice, whatever, cool. And obviously people are coming in, you start to make your way down, and then before I know it, you're in front of me, innit? Alright, cool. I think it was like on the central line, so you know it's packed up. And then, fam, like she's there, I thought, right, she just obviously squashed in it, so you're on me, like I'm trying to push further back. But I've realised like there's nowhere else to go. But you're still coming further back, but there's no one in front of you, so.
Comes back to individuals, yeah.
What are you doing, like?
That's tense.
There's some, you know what I'm saying? Like, anybody else watching this is thinking, like, did she have a bag? Did she know? Did it feel nice? Did it? But I'm just like, bro, like, yo, like, it would. Do you know what I'm saying? That's weird, like.
I'm just
Like
on the train.
you've come this far down the carriage. You might as well just say hello. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like doing this, because I just jumped off the train. Like,
Yeah, that's a
two
bit
stops later,
wild.
like.
Yeah, that's a bit.
But in a club, like I've had girls come up to me in the club, grab my piece and be like, I want you. And I'm like, bro. Because that's mad.
I would never do
No.
that.
That's what I'm saying.
I would never ever do that
Listen,
to someone.
Me neither.
You'd be surprised what happens to guys in the club. Like, you don't think you get it bad.
Oh yeah.
It's even worse because, like, yo.
If you say no, then you're
Like,
a
Do you
little.
know what's the worst? When I
It's
was
gotta be
younger,
even.
I was going to clubs, and mostly in Croydon and Bromley, and we would go in and the guys would stand round the outside and all the girls would dance in the middle, and I'll never forget one night we were there, and it was mostly like Arabic and like Turkish like looking men, and they literally would just stand all round the side and we would dance, and I remember thinking, I absolutely hate this, it's like a meat market.
Yeah.
And it was, and they would pick who they want.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It's a bit
That's what it's
weird.
like in those
That's
cultures. So
Yeah.
that's what it's like.
It's
in
different,
Turkish.
obviously, people's cultures and stuff like that. It's obviously, but when you're younger and you're going out clubbing for the first time, it's intimidating. And it is, and it
Not
doesn't
even just when you're younger.
I think just in general. I
In
thought
general, yeah, that
like,
would feel
how
so.
do we tackle this situation? Because it's from my point of view, I'm always going to see unless he's got money. No, fair.
Even
Don't just
when
say
he's
anything
got
about
money,
it.
doesn't look cute.
Yeah, but I feel like when the guy has money, you hear the story all the time. This rapper did this, this actor did
No,
this.
no,
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 no, be careful,
no,
be
no,
careful.
no,
You
no,
see
no,
the
no,
celebrity
no,
thing,
no,
yeah?
You hear it a lot more.
There's people in positions of power or authority, so we can't just put it down to the celebrities getting away with it. For example, there's teachers, and in the media there's been a lot of female teachers that have overstepped the mark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sex with their students.
Sex with their
Yeah.
students,
Fam,
touching
you-
their students.
You don't
So,
like
we
the
can't
same.
keep,
Hey,
I know
fuck off.
the emphasis rely on men doing a lot of the touching.
I'm just scared what I see. Cause when I talk to you, like, you all say you're not gonna say anything. But
no, it's not
you
that.
don't.
If someone raped me, I would say something.
Exactly.
If someone raped me, I would go to police and I would do something about it. But
100%.
how hard
But
it is
groping
to
is the
prove?
same thing, though.
If I felt it needed to be escalated, I would escalate.
If someone touched my sister, I'll go find him, bro.
But it's the
Yeah, but then what are you
right?
gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I don't care. You touch the
can't
girl's
do
You
ass.
can't, but you don't know who the guy
And
is.
this is for how many
Well,
different...
there's no consent. Without consent, like,
But
how can you girls just allow this
No,
dude
no,
to
it's
It's
true.
not
do
gonna be that.
that? Whether
Dude,
it's a gay guy
it's a
doing it
very-
to
It's sad to say. Obviously, I'm not a female, so I can't speak on behalf of females in it. But off of what I see in here, it's like there's two options when certain things happen, and it's very much, you know, I'm just gonna shrug it off, or no, do you know what, I don't like this, and I'm gonna do something about it. Regardless of whether it's rape or it's whether you have to go make a complaint or whether you have to go and call my man and bad him up or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm never gonna say someone who's been raped is gonna shrug it off. But again, like, when they're not going out and speaking about it, they're dealing with it in a very different way. In it, like, everyone has a very different defense mechanism in it. And
Fight or
like,
flight.
That could
do you know
deal
what I'm saying?
of like depression and stuff can come up.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things like when obviously my mum is the one that does more of like the research and the work with women that have been raped. Personally, my spirit don't go with the topic, so I don't really like discussing it or whatever. But we're here now, so yeah.
You don't have an option, sorry.
I can tell you, like, my spirit, I don't go with it. I remember I watched, like, it's completely off topic here, but I watched some Nigerian film when I was like, I don't know, like 12, and some guy, I don't know, did some shit, and the guy was vexed, came to his yard, and basically raped his sister, but got him to watch it. Like, in the room, so he's got his head like this and watching, and like, I remember sitting there switching or vexed, but I don't know. Obviously, I know she was in a lot of pain. Like, I know this wasn't something that was meant to happen. But you know what I'm saying? Obviously, I've grown old and I've now understand why I felt so much rage, because I felt like that's kind of fucked up. Like, you know what I'm saying? But again, this is my thing. Like, I feel like there are certain places where, like, again, right now, sex is the #1 thing that's selling. Like, there's a Flora advert. I don't know if you lots have seen this, but go on YouTube and type in a Flora advert.
As in butter?
Yeah. And the little kid, it's like, oh, mummy and daddy are always wrestling. I always hear mummy and daddy wrestling upstairs.
What? That's an advert.
Fam, you think I'm chatting shit? It's a Flora advert, it's a butter advert.
To promote butter.
Bro, there's a kid with the brother, the mum and dad are upstairs wrestling, and they're talking about it, and he's like, oh, mummy did this and daddy done that, whatever. Then when they meet at the table, obviously have everyone in their slice, and you've got daddy give mummy a little, I did you all last night, innit? And mummy's all like blushing and shit. What type of wrestling goes on where the daddy's nudging you and you're all blushing and shit? But that's a Flora advert, like, the fuck does sex have to do with what?
Is this goes on to like a discussion that I wanted to do on another episode, was how sexualised women are within the media with adverts, whereas I don't feel like men are. When men are, people don't bat an eyelid as much.
And
Like if you see a girl that looks all sexy or whatever, sex sells, as we said, and then if you saw a bloke in the same like top or whatever, women would pass and go, oh, he's lush. Whereas if a bloke did it, you'd...
It's the industry that I feel
Yeah.
like that's because again we had another discussion about like makeup and social media and like men,
Dance,
like
as a
men.
dancer.
What was it? Like why men?
The type of
Like,
dance
do
as
women
well,
feel
yeah.
the pressure
Yeah,
for
but
men
not
to constantly change
way.
and look a certain way, and like the explore page on Instagram and all these things? And I remember we made the point of, look, before Instagram, before Snap, before Twitter, man them were out here chasing gal anyway, and vice versa, do you know what I'm saying? If you knew who the buffest girl in the ends was, you was the buffest girl in the ends. Whoever the buffest girl in the next ends was, that's who the man them there over knew who it was. The only difference is that Instagram and all these things have just made it a lot easier for it to just move around. Do you know what I'm saying? So none of these things are brand new. They've all been here from time immemorial. Now we're just seeing it. Before, makeup, it did not exist. So we can't use that as an excuse. Makeup did not exist. Like, whether cave women were shaving their legs back in the day, we will never know. Do you know what I'm saying? But there wasn't a standard of beauty back in the day. It was just, well, I'm male, you're female, we need to reproduce, let's get done over with. Now, it's a business. So, 3 years ago when, I don't know, L'Oreal were making anti-aging cream with, I don't know, leaves from the Amazon. Now they're making it with coconut oil because this is the new thing. And now people are buying into it because that's what it is.
Yeah.
Before, nobody was doing contouring.
Yeah.
Like, unless she was contouring, 10 years ago, I didn't know nobody at school that was contouring.
No.
You had your little foundation that all the girls were getting wrong at school anyway. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You was getting a foundation that every girl at school was getting wrong anyway.
Yeah,
You had maybe lip gloss or the lipstick person. You might do your little waterproof mascara. That's as far as it went, do you know what I'm saying? But now, bro, you've got girls in the school running
10
their
years
face, do you know what I'm saying? Like drawing new masks, like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Listen,
like
you-
20.
I
And
see
that's what I'm
also a
saying.
12-year-old girl. She must have been around 12 or 13. Eyebrows, acrylic nails, head full of weave, and I thought,
Bro,
And she looks like 20.
but this
I'm
is...
30 next year, and these little girls are looking older than me.
But you see what I'm saying though? Like, you're saying, like, under those contexts of dynamics there,
I just wanted to say, as a dancer, I've been asked to do music videos as well. And then when I get to ask her, yeah, but what do you expect me to do? They literally just want me to be whining in little shorts and a crop top. That's it. Like, I'm a dancer. I don't want to be getting paid to do that crap. You can do that crap in the club.
What do you mean?
Like, for me, that... Yeah,
quick
like...
question. I know it sounds really dumb, yeah. But what is the difference between? Is there a difference between a video vixen and a video dancer girl? Is that even
A
a term?
vixen tends to my understanding, tends to be one of the popular ones. Like she's
Oh, is the word
She's
vixen
she's the
just...
queen of video. Yeah, because
Oh,
she's
so
in
she-
every.
That was a dumb
Like she
question.
gets picked. Like for example, Black China.
Was she a vixen?
Yeah, how many videos has she been in?
She's not doing that.
She's not my vixen.
She's been in a few, and then who's the other one?
I've never heard this term before.
Who's the
No.
other
What
one?
video vixen? Yeah, I'm just trying to think because I know there are girls that
Is it
they're
like
the ones that
main
like
name
to be the ones
Do-
that all
do you wanna wrap it up
more
real quick?
physical when it
Yeah.
comes to the music
Oh.
videos. I'm guessing, and there's girls that would just rather like dance or be the pretty ones in the background. But I'm trying to think. Surely, if like there's a label for the girls that like to be more physical, and there would be a term
Like
that we
the
would go. You
main
know what I'm saying? That we would go and hire those people instead of just putting it out there and then saying to anyone like, oh yeah, by the way, like we want you to all like sit on him. And,
Well, normally
rub
they get
the breast
paid
in his
more
face.
than the other ones.
Yeah.
Normally, yeah, when they...
Yeah, but I mean like.
Yeah.
Sorry, he's got to go.
Oh shit, he's still gonna go. Oh, that's fucked. My bad.
Sorry, yeah, we can talk about this.
His reaction to when Jerica
It's all shut down.
Alright, cool. Usually I would say we'll go into our break to do the sports, but I don't even know. Well, yeah, we're gonna put sports in somewhere. But
Oh, you can forget like you did last time. What?
listen, I filmed it already. Like I said, I filmed the video of the sports. But anyway, you'll be seeing a sports segment coming out at some point in the video. I have to cut them in somehow. But anyway, big shout out to Emma, Melanie, the two guests for this episode in Chelly and Omar, and big up little Jerica as well. Shout out to Cotsy behind the camera. It's yeah, you know, ruining my sofa and that little pillows are all that squished up and shit. Not really happy about this.
But get done with it.
But anyway, thank you so much for listening to the episode. Chelly's and Ola stuff will all be in the description below. So go follow them and do all the good stuff that you guys do. And obviously, you know, the cast members, you know where to find us every day on Monday, 8:30 p.m. So we'll see you guys in a bit. Thank you. Now, let's get back into it and let's start with some of the sports. There wasn't a lot going around, to be fair, so I kind of narrowed it down to football and more football. I know it's a bit, yeah, I know. But anyways, let's get into it. Oh, and also the reason why Mo's not here is the reason why I narrowed it down to sports. Yeah, last minute research really. So anyway, let's get into it. So let's do the, I'll do some weekend results. So yeah, Manchester United versus Liverpool, 0-0. Burnley versus West Ham, 1-1. Crystal Palace beat Chelsea 2-1. Yeah, I'm not. Man City 7-2 versus Stoke. Whew. Swansea 2-0 Huddersfield. Spurs 1-0 Bournemouth. Watford 2-1 Arsenal. Whew. Arsenal fan team wasn't even that good though. Brighton 1-1 Everton. Southampton 2-2 with Newcastle. Did Mourinho put the bus, would you say? Me personally, I think both teams try not to lose. I do believe it was a very good game. Not really, but can I lie sometimes? As a United fan, we are title contenders with Man City, I would think. Would we win the league? It's debatable at this moment of time. I think Man City look very good, very strong, strength and depth. Aguero doesn't even need to play. You got Jesus on point. Sterling, all of a sudden, he's now Lionel Messi scoring goals after goals. I think it's 6 and 6. Wow. I mean, man, like, what's his name? De Bruyne, 4 assists in 1. We're all raving about Mkhitaryan doing 6, Donny done 4 and 1. So it's a bit crazy right now. Man City are a very strong team. Yaya Toure can't even get into the team when he is in the team. Still does damage. So it's a very, very good team. Man City a very strong team. Spend a lot of money, but yeah, I can see them winning the league. I do believe between two Manchester clubs. I think Chelsea don't have enough strength and depth. Arsenal definitely don't have enough strength and depth. I mean, you sold Chamberlain. Didn't even bring a winger. So. Welbeck injury prone. But anyway, let's go into, like, obviously let's talk about Arsenal. They lost to, I believe it was Watford. Embarrassing. 2-1 to Watford. Watford are high flying. Big respects to what's his name, Louise, I think it is. Do let me know if it's right. But anyway, big respect to him. Doing great work there with Watford right now. Did a great job at Hull City as well. Almost got them safe. I think he won 6 out of 18. Great games out there. A couple of draws. Hull City look good. But yeah, Arsenal needs to catch up. I think before top 4 right now, in terms of 3rd and 4th place competition between Liverpool, Tottenham, Arsenal, Chelsea. I'm a little bit worried about Arsenal, a little bit worried about Chelsea. I think now that Morata is out, Batshuayi is not really hitting the kind of heights that were set for him. I mean, he did make almost a £30 million move 2 years ago now from Marseille. First season was a bit part player. This season he got a lot more chances, but I don't feel like he's taking those chances. And his movement in the game is not really. He needs to start running the channels in, running in from behind, getting into the box a bit more. I feel like he's not doing that. But in all terms, in all fairness, you know what I'm saying, it's Arsenal. 4th place, winning the league. So just get 4th for Arsenal really. But I do believe Arsenal finish around 5th. I don't think they'll make top 4. I think Tottenham, if they can fix the Wembley voodoo, what I'm saying, Mr. Voodoo. What I'm saying, if we can fix that hoodoo situation with Spurs and a Wembley situation, then I think they're definitely favourites for top 3. Maybe top 3. Maybe even titles. They could fight for top 2, but I feel like it's a bit too late right now. I don't know. There's something about Man City right now that's just like, I'm just hoping Man United can keep pace and stop parking the bus. Really, that's my team. But anyways, let's talk Chelsea as well. They also lost. Unfortunately, it was 2-1 to Palace. Now, big shout out to Roy, wasn't it? Big shout out to Zaha. You know what I'm saying? Zaha is a great player. I actually like watching him play sometimes. So it's great to see. Zaha as well scored a great goal. Literally took a touch, went past like 2-3 players, banged the top corner. Well, okay, bottom corner. Maybe not guess out. But it was a great goal, great game. Good for Palace as well. You know what I'm saying? First win of the season. After going through that crazy period of not winning no game, they were breaking some sort of records of not scoring a goal in so much games. And, well, I think we're 8 games in, they've only scored 2 goals, so we know where their problem is up front. Yeah, and I ain't even talking that kind of up front either. But anyway, let's go into the rest of the scores around the world. Actually, no, sorry, let's actually touch in on Everton's struggles at the moment. They drew 1-1 with Brighton. Rooney scored a penalty in the last few minutes to save them from another loss. Ronald Koeman did come out and say that it's not good enough for Everton. I think the problem is now, Everton 2 years ago, nobody would even be questioning whether they should be doing better than what they are. I think the problem with Everton is they've spent so much money, and when you spend so much money, there's expectations from those players and also from the club. Now, the expectation, I don't believe, is actually coming from inside the club. I think it's coming from the media and, you know, pundits and people outside the club looking and thinking Everton should be challenging for top 4. And I think that's what's making Everton look a lot worse than what they really are. But in reality, the only real top player they bought was Rooney. Like, people need to look at Everton and realise they ain't buying no world-class players. Since they was from Swansea, they're fighting relegation, mate. Sorry. Pick Pickford came from Sunderland. They got relegated, fam. Who the hell is Sandy Ramirez? I don't know him too. So you can't be looking at Everton like they're Man City. I get Everton should be doing better, but they didn't buy no £90 million player. The market is just stupid. Pickford is 30 million. You're getting a £30 million goalkeeper from a relegated side. There's an issue in football, money. So I don't think Everton should be looked at as top 4. They're top 10. Minimum top 1, maximum top 7. No further. The Europa League team. They have a great team, but for now, let's just leave Everton between 7 and 10. I think people are getting too excited about this Champions League and yada yada yada. And it's making Everton almost look like they're supposed to be better than what they are. They finished 7th last season. Let them enjoy that. Like they're in Europe. They're in Europe. Like don't get too excited about Everton. But anyway, let's go with some world scores. Celtic winning 1-0 against Dundee. Well outside, staying top of the table. You know, it's a pub league anyway, so who cares about the Scottish League, eh? Next game, Real Madrid 2-1 Getafe. Of course, Ronaldo does his thing. Atletico Madrid and Barca was a 1-1 game. Suarez getting on the score sheet. Barcelona having a flying start. I think they won every single game apart from this game and they drew. I think it's a good result for them as well because then it's Atletico Madrid. Juve 1, Lazio 2. You got Bayern Munich 5, and was it Freiburg or Freisberg or I don't know, but they lost. So 5-0. Again, also with the Bundesliga, it's not a pub league of such. They got better players than I would say the Scottish League and the La Liga. Ish. I think the problem with these type of leagues is so predictable. I mean, if Bayern Munich don't win 5-0 against every other team bar like 2, you're probably thinking Bayern Munich can't even inform. I didn't get, so basically, to wrap it up then, I would say in the Premier League, Man City are high and flying. Around the world, Barcelona's high and flying, Bayern Munich as usual, high and flying. If you want to talk about any other sports or anything that you think we should discuss, comment that in the section below. Thank you very much for listening to the sports, and I will see you guys in a second. Who cares?